Hi Vaishali, how are you?
Fine, sir. And you, sir?
I'm absolutely fine, thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. Myself, Chetna Patil, born and bottom up to Dhule.
Mhm.
But currently, I am living in Nandurbar district. In, 2000, I completed my graduation in 2016, electronics stream. And later on, in 2019, I am joining in Raja Software Lab. I have 3 years of experience, 1 year manual testing, as well as 2 years of automation testing. So manual testing, I am using Jira tools, and automation testing, I am using Java with Selenium.
Okay. Can you tell me how you have implemented OOPS concepts in the automation?
Yes. In OOPS concept is object-oriented programming. That is way to program and build the actual software. Uh, is actual way to creating the object, and object is the main part of the object OOPS concept. So OOPS concept feature like supported by 5 features.
Mhm.
First, class; second, inheritance, encapsulation, polymorphism, and abstract class. So class is a template or a blueprint of
Yeah. So whenever you
object.
get, yeah, sorry to interrupt, but whenever you get OOPS related, question, so you have to tell about the concepts: inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism.
Yes, yes,
It's okay. You
yes.
cannot, you can avoid covering about classes, objects, because those four concepts will automatically have those things, right?
Okay, okay, yes, sir.
So yeah, now tell me how you have implemented inheritance in your automation framework, how you have implemented abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism.
Okay, okay, yes, sir. First of all, I am telling in inheritance. Inheritance in Java class is a acquires is concept that acquires the all property and behavior of parent class. Its inheritance represents the is a relationship is
Mm,
called as a parent-child relationship.
correct.
Inheritance is supported that multiple features like single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchy inheritance,
Mm,
multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid inheritance. So single inheritance is one class inherited in single class is called as single inheritance.
mm,
Multi-level inheritance is a chain of the inheritance. For example, dog baby class inherit in dog class, and dog class also inherit in the animal class. So this concept is a multi-level
correct.
inheritance.
Correct.
And
So yeah, so this is fine, right? Now, how you have implemented in your automation framework? Maybe you can give some example related to the framework, to the automation framework.
yes, yes, yes. So inheritance implemented in one class extend to the another class. So as well as while last project framework, I extended a class in one class to another classes.
Okay, so you can give the example, you can give like there is one base class in which you might would have mentioned about browsers getting launched, that kind of logic. This particular base class has been extended by some other class, right? And this is
Yes,
the
yes.
example of inheritance. On similar lines, can you please help us with the example of abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism?
Polymorphism, one single action can describe in multiple way,
Mm,
is called polymorphism. And polymorphism is that a Greek word, many forms, perform in many forms. Polymorphism represent methods overloading and methods overriding.
mm,
So method overloading within a class, we perform some method with same name but different parameter
mm,
is called as method overloading.
mm,
And method overriding is some method is described as a child class as well as parent class, but the different parameter. as the same parameter is a method overriding. A method overloading is performed within a class, and a method overloading is outside of the class.
Right. So whenever this type of questions, are asked in a real-time interview, then you have to give the examples with respect to pertaining to the automation framework itself. For example,
Yes,
in inheritance, you gave very correct example. It is very true, about animals, dogs, and those kind of classes. But you
yes,
have to give the answer with respect to the automation framework.
automation framework. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because those are live examples, those are practical examples, right? Those
Okay.
examples would actually tell the interviewer that you are having good hands-on experience on Selenium with this Java thing, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can understand that
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. So it is very important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, now consider a situation where you are using Git, right? You are aware about Git or you are using SVN
Using it.
using Git. Okay. Now, let's say last week you made some number of you made changes to your local branch, right? You were
Yes,
leaving for the town for the weekend, right? And you made some changes to the local branch. Then what you did is,
yes,
after you left for the town, in the next morning you want to decommit all of those changes to the company's SVN repository, but you are getting a merge conflict in one of the file. Okay.
yes.
Now, how will you resolve this conflict, right? Such that other work or your work is not being impacted.
So this concept I will command git status is also help in this situation, and git space diff.
Okay, then what you would do actually?
I don't get it.
Okay, do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, no worries. See, you have one of the local branch in which you are doing development, you are developing some automation script, right? Now you have
Yes.
made some changes in your local branch before leaving town for the weekend. Okay. The next morning, you want to decommit all of those changes to the company's repository, right? But you are getting a merge conflict in one of the file. So how will you resolve this particular thing?
I'm not getting this answer.
Okay, no worries. So, this particular Git related question can be asked to you in a real-time interview. So what you have to answer is, uh, you already have a local branch, right? And you have done work in that particular branch, right?
Yes.
Then when you get back, when you again resume your work in the morning, right? Then you have to update the master. You have to rebase to the local branch, right? Then what would happen? The merge would get back to the master, and then you have to decommit, right? So this is how the steps you have to follow. Otherwise, what would happen? You will get on. You will get stuck on that merge conflict, right? Your entire day, many hours might get wasted. Right? So this
Yes,
thing you
sir.
have to tell. Okay. Now, what is XPath?
XPath, whenever sometime the general locator cannot be find the elements, so that's time we are using the XPath. XPath is represent two types: absolute XPath and relative XPath. Absolute XPath is starting with the single slash, and it's find the root node of the web element. It's travel into top to bottom.
Hmm.
So XPath, absolute XPath. And relatives XPath is start with the double slash forward double slash. It's a DOM structure. Find out the element. It is a performing to all over page to find out the web element.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. Now, what is sibling related XPath or what is ancestor related XPath?
This is a type of relatives XPath.
Mm,
uh, access access XPath type. These are the 8 type of parent, child,
mm,
and so on.
mhm,
So siblings means the XPath find whenever you find an XPath,
mm,
that's sometimes the XPath is not find out.
mm.
Then the sub siblings is available on this path, so we can help us to find out this.
Correct, correct. Okay, your answer is absolutely correct. Just a slight change in the placement of the keywords, right? What is
Yes.
sibling, right? So a sibling is nothing but it is a kind of an XPath that is used to fetch a web element, which is actually a sibling to the parent element. So if
Yes,
the
sir.
parent element XPath is known, then the web element can be easily found or located using the sibling attribute of the XPath expression.
XPath.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell me the answer for ancestor?
Ancestor as well as siblings.
Ancestors are not same as siblings, actually. There is a difference between ancestor and sibling, right?
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I'm not getting this answer, sir.
Okay, no worries. See, what is ancestor is? Ancestor is nothing but it would help you to find an element on the basis of the parent element, right? So again, it has a connection similar to kind of, sibling.
Parent-child relationship.
Yes, yes. But ancestor is one level above the parent,
Yes, yes.
right? So this is how you can answer in a real-time interview. And don't get nervous at all. This is a mock interview. Over here,
Yes, sir.
you will come to know that where actually you have to improve, right? And
Yes, sir.
you are doing good. Be positive, be confident. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, then let's move to the next question. Um, okay. Which are the different kinds of automation framework that you are aware of?
Data-driven. I'm using only data-driven testing framework.
Okay. So apart from data-driven framework, which are the other frameworks that you know?
Uh, this modular testing framework.
Which one?
Modular testing framework.
Modular testing framework. Okay. What is modular testing?
I'm using the. Uh, so there is. I'm not using this. I'm only using data-driven testing framework.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hybrid testing framework
Mm-hmm.
and behavior testing framework.
Yes, that is BDD. Then you can also tell about keyword driven framework, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these things you can tell in an interview. Now, what is BDD?
Yes, sir.
What is BDD framework? Why do we use BDD framework?
Yes, yes. I can hear this word, but uh, I'm not getting this answer.
Okay. See, BDD is nothing but it is behavioral driven development, right? So you will
Okay.
be writing the code in the step definition file. And along with the step definition file, you will be having a feature file in which you will be writing the, uh, you know, uh, the test cases or test scenarios or scenario outlined in a plain text English language. Why it is being used in the plain text English language is because it would be helpful for the non-technical users to understand the framework. Right? So that is
Yes.
why we are keeping BDD over there.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is TestNG?
TestNG is a open source automation testing framework.
Hmm.
Is based on JUnit,
Hmm.
and it is including more features.
Hmm.
J TestNG is more powerful than the JUnits.
Hmm.
JUnits it's implemented the Selenium and automation other tool for performing the other operation like assertion,
Hmm.
uh, parallel test execution.
Hmm. Then you
That's
will
it.
have, yeah, you will have annotations as well in TestNG, right?
Annotation as well as annotation. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Before annotation, after annotation.
correct. Now, can you tell me pre-condition annotations and post-condition annotation?
First is before suit,
Hmm.
before test, before class, before method,
Hmm.
test, after method, after class, after test, after suit.
Hmm. Okay. So before suit, before class, before test, before method, these are precondition annotations. And
Yes,
after suit,
post
after
condition.
class, those are post-condition annotations.
Condition.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, how will you set the priorities in TestNG?
Is a priority is default priority as set as 0.
Hmm.
This priority is priority means then tells the test engine which order test case are executed. That tells the priority. Priority is can't define some rules of defining priority. It can't define it the decimal number, negative as well as negative number,
Hmm.
and default priority is set as 0.
Now, let's say you are aware about Maven, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sometimes the dependencies don't get update even when you select Maven update project force update option. You have clicked on force update option. Still, it is not working, right? So, how will you overcome this kind of situation?
Adding some repository.
Hmm. Which repository?
Sir,
Okay, no worries. See,
I'm not getting this.
yeah. So what you have to do is sometimes, if Maven force update option is also not working for you, then you have to uh, use MVN Eclipse colon Eclipse. What it will do is it will update your .class path file with the new dependencies, right? While it would also
Yes.
preserve, it will make sure that your older project settings or other Eclipse config files are not getting updated, right? So you can use MVN space Eclipse colon Eclipse, right? Now, if you want to clear your old settings, then which command you will do?
Clear.
So you will be running MVN colon clear. Is that you are trying to answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can use MVN space Eclipse colon clean, right? So clean actually
Clean.
would
Clean.
clear your
Huh.
old settings. Okay. Whatever reason is there, it will clear your old settings. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chetna, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. Which stream improve my side?
Okay. So you need to improve on, Git related questions. You will
Yes,
be
sir.
asked questions on merge conflicts, Git push, pull, what would happen if your, local repository, something related to Git related questions you would be asked. Then second, Maven, right? Third is about
Yes, sir.
framework questions, right?
Yes, yes.
Those things you have to improve. Rest all really looks good. And second thing is don't get nervous at all in an interview, right? Be confident.
This is my first interview, so as well as
Okay, no worries at all. So don't worry about all these things. See, most of the people are giving interviews after such a long time, right? So
yes, sir.
yeah, so you don't have to worry. Otherwise, what would happen? The things which you won't be able to recall at the time of interview.
Yes, sir.
So it's better to think from a cool mind, from a calm mind. You would be able to recall, and definitely you would be able to clear the interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. Thank you so much, and all the best for your.
So I asked, yes, sir. If uploading this video in YouTube,
Yeah,
so first call me.
sure, sure. Actually, this is already been recorded and it is already been uploaded on YouTube. Yeah. So you would be able to see your video in 1 or 2 days.
Before uploading, first reach out me
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
one call, please.
yeah, yeah. Actually,
Well,
currently,
I think this is not good interview for my side. So next time uploaded that.
yeah. Don't worry about all those things. Actually, it's been getting recorded and it's been uploaded as well on the YouTube. But it was a really a good interview. There are people who are actually coming to the channel and they are not able to answer even the answer for 3 to 4 questions out of 10 questions, right? But you were able to answer. So don't worry about those things at all. Okay.
Yes,
Just
sir.
stay positive. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Thank
Thank
you,
you
sir.
so much. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Good night.